Listen carefully. The federal stormtrooper militia that is wreaking havoc on American streets are not assembled for collecting immigrants. Make no mistake, after the immigrants are rounded up, the federal government will not downsize the federal stormtrooper militia. They are only just beginning. They are actively hiring thousands more stormtroopers. When they are low on immigrants to target, they will begin placing American citizens on lists and rounding them up. Anyone who resists or objects to the New World Order will be disappeared. The real reason this is all happening is because the American economy has already collapsed. They are anticipating civil unrest. The US dollar crashed years ago. They have been artificially propping it up by printing money out of thin air. This is what has been done to every economy that has collapsed right before the collapse. Very soon, toilet paper will cost $1,000 US. They pumped the economy up with printed money to keep the illusion going while they make power moves in the background. They took that printed money and funneled it all into the military and the big bullshit bill so they could fund the stormtroopers and the colonization of South America. The reason they are colonizing South American oil is simple. They need tangible assets to maintain wealth and power after the US dollar eats shit. Their Middle Eastern backers in Qatar gave them the blueprint for transitioning America out of democracy and into an oligarchy dictatorship by owning and controlling the oil and energy supply. They explained the collapse of the US dollar to the military generals after they turned the cameras off, and the military has shown it is loyal to the plan and is ready to take Venezuela and Greenland by force. The only chance for freedom and democracy to prevail is a populist uprising, and that must take place immediately. If they are able to establish their militia and or establish martial law, the common people will not stand a chance fighting with only pitchforks and shovels. We are currently living through a critical moment in human social evolution. The founders of the Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution knew that this day would come. They wrote in provisions protecting citizens' right to stand up against a tyrannical government. Tyranny and oppression shall not prevail upon American soil, but freedom and liberty will stand.
Hey, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Your brother Kahan here from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp with another edification, hopefully a quick edification through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So first and foremost, Ka'al Halayam La Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakaha Kodash, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the bishops, the elders. Salakia, double honors unto the apostles, the bishops and the elders. A great millstone that rule well. Alright, salutation unto the brothers, who preaching and teaching the truth. Show the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and the freedom to do so no more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites, along with a very few but faithful Akwat, which is his sisters. What chaotic scenes await Babylon the Great? Hear what I'm telling you? What chaotic scenes await Babylon the Great? We told you all these are the things that is going to be taking place. Alright? This is what we've been prophesying. We told you all these are the scenarios that is going to engulf Babylon the Great just before it goes completely crashing all the way down. Alright? We told you all this. Alright? because you gotta understand, and all this is why all this is what is going all these things, is proven the MOTB to be the RFID microchip, but I ain't really going into that. No, for the moment, I ain't really going into that the certification. I for next time. Alright, but it just proves, it just proves. But what I'm saying, these things here, you can't have an economy that is backed by nothing. Alright, more than just what we say it's worth, or basically that's backed by the military, backed by the sword, but not really backed by valuable, tangible assets such as gold and silver and whatnot, so forth. And just mass printing dollars into existence, out of thin air, as we just say. Alright. And having the dollar being weakening because of the mass printing, and don't expect for a total collapse. You see, what you have to understand, this whole thing is a Ponzi scheme. First thing first, alright, this whole thing is a Ponzi scheme, and what they have been doing over the years, alright, is just kicking the can down the road, just printing more dollars and kicking the can, which is the problems, alright, the economic problems, and what have you, so forth, down the road, to the point now where it reached that brick wall, and that's where it reached that brick wall. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. You understand? It's just a matter of time. That's why when you go to is it a little while I go to that script here. I think it's Zephaniah 1 and 10. Yep. Zephaniah 1 and 10, where it reads, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and an howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. All right. So the time is upon us, where we all going to wake up to the news. All right, we all going to wake up to the news of the crashing of the American dollar, which will actually be the crashing of the world of the world's currency, because remember the US dollar is the world reserve currency. All right, every dollar is pegged to the US dollar. All right, the dollar, everybody currency, is pegged to the US dollar. It's backed by nothing because the gold standard was taken away years ago, well over 50 years ago, since in the 70s. All right, so what they had been doing was just printing continuously. All right, and it reached to a point, where inflation and hyperinflation. All right, as the man rightfully said, pretty soon we're going to see him paying $1,000 for a roll of toilet paper. Now, let's just let's just say when that reach, all right, because that's what they call hyperinflation, all right, and it could reach that stage because look what, take for instance in Iran right now, all right, that is overboard with hyperinflation. I don't even know what to call that, all right, because $1 is equivalent to 1.4, 1.5 or something million Iranian dollars. I forget what it is called, the dollars. I don't know if it's Iran or whatever it is called, right? But $1 US is equivalent to 1 point something million, all right? So that just goes to show how much for a bag of rice, how much go be for a bag of rice, how much go be for a bag of flour, how much go be for toilet paper to wipe your ass. Although they don't use toilet paper, because they are Muslims, whatnot, so forth. But it just goes to show, neither here nor there, but it just goes to show, and it's coming down to a crash. All right, you're gonna wake up and hearing the stock market crash. You're gonna wake up and hear Wall Street crash. All right, And what that gonna entail? That gonna entail a whole a whole domino effect. All right, because it's gonna cause bank runs and what have you so forth. Because with that crashing, the people ain't gonna have faith in the banking system. All right, no more. So they're all gonna rush. They're all gonna rush to get whatever they could get out of their accounts. All right, if they could get any at all for that matter. If they can get any at all for that matter. All right, and these things is going to cause chaotic scenes. All right, these things is going to cause chaotic scenes, not just only in Babylon, worldwide. All right, not just only in Babylon, worldwide. All right, so it says, verse 11, how ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. You understand? There's where it is. Everybody is going to feel it. From the poor to the so-called middle class to the rich. You understand? Which goes back to the very sad statement that I had made earlier on. All these things is proven that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. All right, because again, Hegelian dialectic, as it is called, all right, problem, reaction, solution. All right, so right now we're in the problem. We're in the problem stages. We're in the last of the stages within the problem. All right, and then it's going to see the reaction. All right, you're going to see the reaction, which is what the turmoil of the people, you know, the chaotic scenes of the people rebelling. All right, and the government, you know, sending out, as he called them, the rightfully call them the stormtroopers, you know, these ICE agents and whatnot. Even here is going to see chaotic situation, you know, and the guard and emergency branch and whatnot, so forth, right? Because as much as, I would say this, as much as Trinidadians, so-called, whether it be of Israel or whether it be of Elam or Moab or what have you, so forth, because, you know, Trinidad is like a little New York, you know, a melting pot. All right. We are accustomed taking shit, you know, wherever the government dish out, whatever, they take it and swallow it down, you know. But this time, I'm pretty sure, you know, it's not going to be a walk in the park, you know, for the powers that be in this country here, you know, pursuant to the crashing of the economy and the people losing their livelihoods and what have you, so forth, and they're not doing nothing about it, you know. They just take it and, all right, okay, oh dear, you know, like Winnie the Pooh, oh dear, yeah. So it ain't gonna be that. All right, it ain't gonna be that. It's going to be chaotic situations worldwide. People is gonna rebel, and people is going to there's going to really hold the powers that be accountable here. Yes, so-called government. You know, there is what it is. All right, because again, there's the livelihood. There's the livelihood you're talking about. All right. And their livelihood has been mismanaged, you know, in all ways, and whether it be life insurance, whether it be the banking system, fractional reserve banking system, whether it be the government, you know, and the overprinting and overspending and what have you, so forth, you know, running a deficit budget over the years and what have you, so forth, you know. These things, you know, but, you know, this is what Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, this is what the Lord had spoken of. All right, because as the scriptures say, two scriptures I want to get. The first one will be Second Esdras, chapter 15, and I'll start from verse 14. Second Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. This is the situation that we will be witnessing very soon. All right? This is the situation that we is going to be witnessing very, very soon. All right? Because the people, they'll reach a stage, I'm totally fed up. All right? We are totally fed up, We have, I would say so-called, because I know the truth pursuant to that, pursuant to voting and what have you, so forth. But within their minds, they think that they put them there. All right, so they will be like, hey, we put you all there, to manage your affairs and whatnot, so forth. And this is what we get. You understand what I'm saying? This is what we get. All right? Those who close to retirement and what have you, so forth. Those who are about to retire, those who just retire, from whether it be private sector, whether it be government, the government or whatever institution they work at or whatever, all these things you have to take into account, into consideration, into acknowledgement. All right? All these things. You understand? So, and then and then it will have a whole insurrection, between the haves and the have-nots. All right, because the have-nots could be watching the ones that have, and putting the blame solely and entirely upon them. You understand? This is what it is. All right, because they will watch it as, hey, you all are the cause of the problem. All right, left versus right. The supporters of the government against the opposition and whatnot, so forth. It's going to be a whole chaotic situation. All right, a whole chaotic situation in Babylon, in throughout the whole world. All right. That's why the scripture says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. All right, because again, remember the world reserve currency is the US dollar, and every dollar, every respective currency throughout the four corners of the earth is backed by the US dollar. You understand? And when the US dollar collapses, oh gosh, that is a day the entire world economy comes to a crash. You understand? Because you have to understand this thing here is by design. You think the powers that be didn't know that this is what it's going to reach to, especially when they take it off, when they had took it off the gold standard. You really think that they didn't know that it is going to reach this point? They literally designed it. All right, they literally orchestrated all what has taken place is of orchestrated acts. All right, orchestrated acts. All right, because it's all about this is order out of chaos in order for the novus order seclorum, the new world order. They need that chaos in order to bring about, their order, their new world order. All right, and bring about their whole surveillance system. And what have you, so forth, their whole beast system, their whole surveillance system and what have you, so forth. All right, the digital currency, digital ID, carbon footprint, social credit score system. This thing, the full judgment works, man. The full works. You understand? All this is what will give them the justification into bringing about the system that they have designed, the new system, all right, the new system that they have designed to place upon the people. See it? Visualize it? Because this is what is coming. All right, this is what is coming. You're going to be seeing oh gosh, where is call them again, boy? Not the peacekeepers now, but oh gosh, I forget the name of it. Martial law troops. Because what you're seeing there, what you're seeing taking place is actually the stage being set, the groundwork being laid for martial law. All right, there is what it is. You understand? There is what it is. Like, hey, and it's gonna be a whole chaotic situation. It's gonna be a bloodbath, especially in Babylon. Especially in Babylon, it's gonna be a serious bloodbath. It's gonna be a bloodbath here throughout the four corners of the earth in Trinidad also too. But you see Babylon, oh boy, because the Lord is going to deal with them for the pride. For the pride. This is Jeremiah, is it? Oh, I know, Isaiah 19, not Jeremiah 19, Isaiah 19. Isaiah 19 and 1, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and what? And the idols of Egypt shall move at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. You understand? This is what the Lord is bringing. This is what the Lord is doing. As much as we say that, the elites and the elites and the elites, and it's by design and whatnot, so forth. Yes, but at the end of it all is Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai. He is the one that is making all the chess moves. All right, he's the one. He is the one that is making these chess moves. This is what is taking place here. It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and them that have familiar spirit, and to the wizards, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, say the Lord of hosts. This is what it is. All right? Because you have a madman at the helm. you have a madman, a freaking psychopath at the helm. All right? Ruling over Babylon, ruling over these Babylonians. All right? These modern day Babylonians over there in Babylon the Great, which is America. All right? And the thing about it is, this man ain't solving any problems. This man that's making everything more and more worse. All right? Look at his geopolitical moves. Look at the moves that he's making, not only with geopolitics, but also with the domestic situations. All right, whether it be of immigration, whether it be of healthcare, whether it be of the economic situation. It's a mess. He's just making a whole total mess of everything. All right, a whole total mess of everything. Everything is going down. You understand? Everything is going down. America is on its. But I didn't himself say America. I heard himself say it's on its last leg. No way. That been done gone. That last leg done been get taken out, so to speak. You understand? This is what it is here. The Lord said, what? Let's go down to 14. Yeah? Verse 14, Isaiah 19:14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. All right? A perverse spirit. All right? America it's no more. All right? The good old America, all right? The good old US of A, all right, is of no more. That spirit, that spirit is being cut down. All right, it's being cut down by Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai. All right, it's been being chipped away. Yeah, it's been being chipped away. All right? And the last pieces, this way it's on its last pieces. There's no coming back for this place, but build back better and all that shit. Make America great and all that shit. It ain't having that. Yabashim Yashai not having it. Alright, this is the time for America to fall, and it's going to fall in the most chaotic way ever. You understand? It's going to fall in the most chaotic way ever. Yeah. That's why let's go to 2nd Esdras 9. Because this is the time, and this is the timings that the Lord had spoken about. 2nd Esdras 9 and 1, to look out for. Alright, 2nd Esdras 9 and 1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things which from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right, so these things was already pre-recorded. All right, and we are in the time now. We are in the time now, pursuant to the pre-recordings. All right. The people is not going to stand for the great loss that they're going to suffer. All right, they're not going to stand for it. This is going to be the biggest thievery, the biggest robbery ever to take place in the history of mankind. All right, and the people, they're not going to stand for it. And the governments, they know. They know. That's why they're going to implement martial law and whatnot, so forth, because it's going to have a great insurrection. Right? They're not going to care about what the mayor, the governor, the president over here in Trinidad, your councillor, your MP, the prime minister, or what. They don't give a ass. All right, they wouldn't care. All right, because again, it's their livelihoods you are speaking about. It's their livelihoods. All right. You're speaking about hunger. You're speaking about shelter. You're speaking about clothing. You're speaking about access to gain these things, these very said necessities. Because remember, the people was the world was on a high. The people was on a high, especially here in Trinidad. There was on a high of abundance. All right, of an abundance of whatever it may be. Food, clothing, well, not really shelter. You understand? But, still, the people been high on that abundance, and that easy access, and what have you, so forth. To know that everything comes down to ground zero, to nothing, they're not going to take that. They're not going to take that lightly. You understand? And this is what this Edomite he is seeing. All right, he is seeing the work on the board. All right, he is seeing the work on the board, and he is seeing the answer, which is actually, insurrection that is going to take place. All right. Now he's speaking about we need to take action now and take action. Hey, you could do what you want. A matter of fact, this is what the government want you to do. They want for you to take freaking action. They want, a matter of fact, they want for the populace to take drastic action, not just action, but drastic action, so that they could have the justification. All right, to send them martial law troops up your ass. All right, they could have the justice, so that they could have the justification to put you all to death, whether it be you Jake, whether it be you Edomites, whether it be what. Because they don't care. All right, they don't care. They don't care. They mean by any means necessary, their new world order must be established. And if it means to literally trample, not walk, but trample over you, just for they to be able to accomplish their mission, they will do it with no emotions, with no mercy, with no compassion. Because why? They are a bunch of freaking psychopaths, sociopaths. This is what these people are. These people have no moral. I can't find words, boy. But they have no morals within them, no moral standards within them. All right, and there's another integrity. You know, they have no moral integrity, no moral standards, no nothing about them. All right, they're all about themselves. They are a bunch of greedy, wicked, evil, sociopath people. All right, that only about themselves and want full control of all the earth's resources and what have you, so forth. All right, they keep everything for themselves that is need for survival, while they have you, the common man, scrambling against each other. You understand? Just in order to be able to survive. This is what it is. This is what it is. You understand? You know what? Let me lock it off with these two scriptures here. I don't know if I can remember it in a Sirach. Oh Lordy, Lordy, Lord, help me here. Is it Sirach 30, boy? Oh, no. No, it's not Sirach 30. Bear with me. Alright. So this is it here. Sirach 34 and 21. It reads, "The bread of the needy is their life. Alright. And he that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood." Alright. Yeah. He that taketh away his neighbor's living, slayeth him. And he that defrauded the laborer of his hire is a blood shedder. And this is what these people are. This is what these elites are. They are blood shedders. All right? Because you're taking away the livelihood, you're taking away the bread of the people, which is their money. All right? You're taking away their money and have them in a Hunger Game situation. All right? And then to bring about the have them in a Hunger Game situation to go at each other and what have you, so forth, just to be able to survive, and then come with a solution, which is your RFID microchip, all right, which will be your digital wallet that will contain a very important thing for you, all right, which is your money, your newfound money, digital money, but programmable money, all right. Which will actually have, which basically is you being a freaking slave. All right, I try my best to hold my tongue here. You see me here, you know? I try my best to hold my tongue. You understand? But this is the scenario that they're bringing for you. They're bringing towards you, to a city near you, a country near you. This is what is going to engulf the whole world. All right? This is what is going to engulf the whole world. They're going to take away your livelihood. They're going to crash this economy. Take away your livelihood. Take away your savings. All these things. You know? All the whatever benefits if he was a cripple and you're getting disability, or whatever social grant you're getting from the government, that's going to be taken away. Pensions going to be taken away. NIS, Social Security, checks, all these things going to be taken away. All right, these things is going to be taken away. You're going to end up into a whole digital prison. All right, there's where it is here, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Basically, a dystopian nightmare. All right, a dystopian nightmare. So, hey, your brother Kahan signing out. Hope you all was edified through the power and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, so I'd like to say, Kal Halayam, La Alahayanawa, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makah Kodash. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone Natural Well. Salutation unto the brothers who preach and teach in the truth through the four corners of the earth, risking their lives, freedoms to do so no more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites. Shalom unto the very few, but faithful Akwat. Hey, Brother Kahan signing out saying Shalom.